Welcome back, new and existing subscribers, on this Monday, February 22nd. In today's news, so a shocking study may have really revealed a major flaw in Sony's latest PS5 controller, DualSense, and if it's true, it's going to be bad news for everybody who owns one, even worse news for Sony. Apparently, a PS5 DualSense drift study claims the controller left and right sticks have a lifespan of just a paltry 417 hours, and get this, it will only get worse over time. No pun intended, but if this study is accurate, this is appalling from Sony, but let's not be so quick to judge just yet. The devil's in the detail, and there's plenty of it. Source via psu.com, here's the full story. So PS5 DualSense controller stick drift issues have been investigated in a brand new teardown video from tech site iFixit, and it was spotted by VGC, revealing that Sony's PS5 DualSense controller will only have a functional life of 417 hours, and that figure is expected to deteriorate over time. Now, the subject of legal action against Sony in recent days, many users have reported that a lack of precision in regards to the analog sticks on the PS5's DualSense controller, and it looks like we all know why. Leveraging the same off-the-shelf bill of materials that was previously seen in the analog sticks featured in previously released controllers such as Sony's own DualShock 4 pad, it is fair to say that the DualSense controller is essentially using older components and parts that don't quite align with Sony's vision of cutting-edge technology the rest of the PlayStation 5 design would seem to reflect. ALPS, the company which manufactures these components, issued a technical sheet which outlined the operational stresses and parameters that its analog sticks could withstand. In that sheet, the expected operative life for the PS5 DualSense analog sticks, these are potentiometers, the rotating part of the stick is 2 million cycles. Meanwhile, the center push operation that lets you really click the stick in or engage with the R3 or L3 controller functions is pegged at just 500,000 cycles. Testing this in real-world scenarios, iFixit used Call of Duty Warzone, a game that with a high degree of constant stick stress, to contend that this would result in just 417 hours of gameplay before Alp's own expected stress thresholds have been exceeded for the analog sticks found in the PS5 DualSense controller. Naturally, this will vary on the type of game that are being played by gamers, well, with less stressful titles such as strategy games, visual novels, and so on, all inflicting a far less burden upon the sticks. On average, iFixit believes that using the PS5 DualSense controller for 2 hours, just 2 hours a day, will see the analog stick component parts exceed their expected life in just 7 months. Now, for reference, the PlayStation 5 console released back in November 2020, and at the time of this video recording, this means that we should probably expect to see increasing volumes of the user base start reporting really that the DualSense drift issue is occurring as we head toward the 7 points in May 2021. So ultimately, iFixit discloses that the causes of the PS5 DualSense controller drift is primarily the result of wear and tear to the potentiometer. It is also worth noting that this conclusion is also shared by those who have filed lawsuits against Sony. Though wear and tear to the PS5 DualSense potentiometer is the key cause for the drifting issues that players are experiencing, the site also notes that dust and other invasive materials can also contribute to the drift problem. When it comes to sorting the problem out, iFixit says there are 3 things you can do. Attempt to fix the controller yourself or via an experienced tech, send the controller back to Sony under its manufacturer's warranty, which is a bit of a problem at the moment, but you should be covered for up to 12 months. Buying a new DualSense controller, yeah, splash out, probably get the same problem, that's your risk. And also, given these sorts of remedial actions, iFixit really positions that it is strange that console manufacturers don't focus more on empowering consumers to more easily replace such components. Here's a quote. After this research, it's bizarre to us that console makers don't consider joysticks to be consumable parts and design them to be easily replaced. No device rated for a finite number of actions, especially one that lives next to so much contamination and takes so much abuse, can maintain perfect performance forever. Interesting. So that's where the article ends, and a bit concerning. I mean, 417 hours of gameplay before your DualSense controller begins to malfunction. The dreaded stick drift has many lawsuits in play at the moment. Nintendo, Sony, even Microsoft's Elite controller has a class action lawsuit in progress, though perhaps for different reasons. So if you're the type of gamer who typically pumps hundreds of hours into variable games, this study proposes you could suffer stick drift or other issues within just months. Though I haven't experienced any problems so far, and this is anecdotal, I know, but there's simply no defending this DualSense issue of quality. And sure, I play on everything: Series X, Nintendo Switch, PS5, but PlayStation has been my go-to platform since the very beginning of the brand's inception. But this is pretty poor showing from Sony. Though what say you? Go ahead, sound off, share your thoughts and opinions on today's video, because that unfortunately brings us to the end. But let's continue the discussion in the video comments. And for all your gaming news, rumors and plausible speculation, yes, hit the like button, of course subscribe and hit the notification bell and help us reach more like-minded gamers. So please feel free to share the video. Consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon. You'll find a link in the video's description. Thank you for that extra support. Until next time, thanks for hanging out. Play games, not corporations.